You're listening to Welcome to Eloma, a podcast for highly ambitious dreamers who get shit done. I'm your host, Kiley Peters. This is a space where we talk about launching the 100 Collective. So the 100 Collective is an initiative that just launched as of February 13th. And everybody's like, okay, well, what is this, Kiley? Tell me more. Happy to do so. So we have heard time and time again that women small business owners want to work with other women small business owners, but they don't know where to find them or they don't know where to find the right ones. So the 100 Collective is an initiative to help address this and more. We've built the 100 Collective to be a public-facing national directory of and membership for women-owned small businesses looking to find, hire, and network with other women just like them. So we call it the 100 Collective because all members are asked to pay it forward by supporting 100 other women in using their unique strengths and skill sets to empower each other to live the more financially free and fulfilling lives. And I believe that this is super important because now, let me just say, I know there are a number of women's networking groups out there, and I'm a member of a lot of them. It's also been my experience that you're not typically just a member of one. Most women that I know who are part of networking groups are members of many networking groups. So in launching this, I hope that it's not necessarily seen as a competition to any other existing women's networking groups, more so just a complement, something that is in addition to and can provide additional resources and an additional place for business owners to feel safe. Like I mentioned, the beta version has launched on February 13th of this year. So as this comes out, it's just a couple of days ago, and we're super excited to be rolling out new features over the next few months, along with a version 2 coming later this year. Okay, so that's what the 100 Collective is, and we're super excited about it. We actually launched the idea of the 100 Collective last May of 2022. We premiered it actually at the Exit Planning Summit in May, and then we started trying to build it. And it's been quite a journey. So we've been working on building the 100 Collective for 9 months. We have had to restart 4 times. So it's been a journey, just like anything in entrepreneurship, right? And again, one of the biggest reasons I wanted to start this was not just to create an additional place for women to go for, and let me clarify, for anybody who identifies as a woman to go and find resources and support. But I wanted to be very clear about a few things. And I'd say there's probably like 3 big things that I want to focus on for the 100 Collective. The first is, and I'm going to lump all of this together in one number 1, right? No drama, no bullshit, no cattiness, no backstabbing. I'm over it, right? I know this is not true of all women's networking groups, not at all by any means. I'm part of some that are wonderful, absolutely wonderful. But there are still some out there that are catty and full of shit and judging each other for what they wear. And that's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So if you're interested in being part of that group and judging women for how they look or how they show up, and then talking shit about them behind your back, I welcome you to join any other group that's not the 100 Collective, because that's not tolerated here. Some people have asked, okay, well, how are you going to regulate that, Kiley? Good question. We're working on it, but that's one of the greatest premises of the 100 Collective. So we'll figure it out, just like everything else in entrepreneurship, right? The second thing that I really want to focus on with the 100 Collective is financial literacy. So many women entrepreneurs are great at what they do. Many of them are great at all the whole kit and caboodle, right? Let's just toss that out there. But another subsection are really great at what they do, but they may not like actually running the business, or they may not love or know the financials of running the business. And unfortunately, we know that you have to know the numbers in running your business, even if, and I have to say this, even if you have hired somebody, so a fractional CFO, an accountant, a bookkeeper, a tax strategist. First of all, you should have all or some of those people in your back pocket anyway. But even if you've hired, say, all of them, you still need to know your numbers. So you know if you're getting taken advantage of, you're getting screwed over. And you also need to know those numbers and know how they can work for you. So you're not losing thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars in taxes unnecessarily, right? Yes, we pay taxes. We're not trying to avoid the law, but there's so many things that are complicated about this space that the average person would never be expected to know, and so therefore can be taken advantage of because of. So really increasing the financial literacy of our entrepreneurs to help them build stronger businesses, because number 3 is I want to help them also not only build stronger businesses, but build more meaningful and fulfilling lives. And I know that might sound fluffy, but I speak from a place of truth. And building Brainchild, I love so dearly everything that we built with Brainchild, and I was so proud of everything. But at the end of the day, I wasn't full. My cup was not full from the work that we were doing. So that was, and there's a whole nother episode all about that. But to create a fulfilling life is necessary to really live our best lives. And it's also helpful if we have some money to help pay for that life. And I also believe that when women have the money they need, they make better decisions for themselves, for their families, and for the world at large. So I believe that by empowering women with financial literacy and letting them know and empowering them to build a fulfilling life, because you can have it all, I really believe we're going to change the world. And the 100 Collective, as I mentioned, is called the 100 Collective because we are asking all members to pledge to help 100 other women and pay it forward in building more financially free and fulfilling life. And I think this is really important too, because I've been a member of a number of women's groups where it's all about the founder. And nobody wants to listen to that, right? Like, sure, we need somebody to kickstart things and get it moving, but it's kind of narcissistic. So, well, yes, I am the founder of the 100 Collective, and I will do everything I can to help lead it and bring this movement into fruition. I have zero intention of necessarily being the face of this. I have zero intention of this being about me, because it's really about every other woman who has said, yes, I believe in the same mission, and I too want to help other women and create this movement. So that's what we're doing here. This is not about me. This is about creating a movement and really creating a mindset shift. We've been operating in a space of scarcity mindset, and some of us victim mindset. And I really want to encourage everyone to adapt an abundance mindset. There really is enough for everybody. And society has told us for ages that there's only so much room in the world for women. Bullshit, right? There's enough room here for everybody. And we all deserve to take up the space that we deserve, right? Within reason, like nobody needs to be greedy about it, right? But we all deserve to take up our respective spaces. And so I encourage you to work on shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset and sharing everything that you have to offer with everyone else. So our goal in in asking our members to pledge to help 100 other women. We want to build this to 10,000 members who have all pledged to help 100 other women. So in theory, our goal is to have impacted 1 million women in building a more financially free and fulfilling life. And I do think that now that's just a very tiny portion of the world. I recognize that, but it's something. It's a place to start, right? And that's what we have to do. We have to have a place to start. There's a number of things that we want to do with the platform. One thing I want to be conscious of is, again, like I mentioned, I know that women are members of multiple groups. And I know sometimes when groups send out all these invites and all this information, it can be super overwhelming. And you're like, well, why am I even part of this? I can't take advantage of 10% of what they're doing. And it becomes overwhelming. So I want to make sure that we are constantly offering value, but in a digestible format. So we will be working on figuring out exactly what that balance looks like as we talk more closely with our members and make sure that we're giving them what they want and what they need. But a couple of the things that we're really excited about, and in full transparency, I have no idea how to do this yet. So if anybody listening does, please reach out to me. I would warmly welcome that conversation. But I really want to be able to offer co-op health insurance for the Sarah membership level. So we have Oprah, Madeline, Sarah, and Ruth, which I'll talk about in just a second. But for certain membership levels, I want to be able to offer access to good, affordable health care. So many women avoid entrepreneurship because they don't have access to healthcare. I know I was one of them years ago. And also it can be like insanely expensive. And then I also love the rule that as a business owner, you can offer a health insurance policy to an employee, just a solo employee, but you can't offer it for yourself. What's with that? What's with that? Like, there's so many advantages to being a small business owner, but there are so many ways that the system just kind of screws you over. And I'm sure the answer is, oh, people were taking advantage of it. Well, shame on you because you ruined it for the rest of us. So I'm trying to figure out how to offer access to good, affordable healthcare to our members. Another thing that we're looking into is being able to offer audiobook rentals. So yes, you can do this through the library. I also use the Libby app for the library, but sometimes I'm waiting for 6 months or more for these books to come through. I also have an Audible subscription. So I'm trying to find a way that we might be able to rent out books to our members in a more timely fashion. So that's something that we're looking at. We're also looking at offering monthly events and virtual events from financial experts and well-being experts, again, going back to that financial literacy and fulfilling life. So those are some of the things that we're looking to offer. We'll also have a full-blown resource library that will have some information from us at Ray 9, but will largely be built out of the resources and expertise of the women in the collective. So we're excited for that. We're also building out a partnership directory that should have thousands and thousands of dollars of savings, anything you might need to help run your business. So there's a number of different things that we're looking to expand upon as we continue to improve and build out the platform. So we're very excited. Now, why we have 4 different membership levels. And I'll take just a second to talk about them. I'm not going to talk about the benefits. You can check that out at the100co.com. But we have 4 different membership levels. It was very important to me and is very important to me that this remains accessible to anyone. So if you're just getting started, you have no dollars in the bank, you can still be a member of or I should say, you can still be listed in our external facing directory. So one of the goals here is the external facing directory. I wanted to make it as easy as possible for anyone on the internet, anyone on the internet to be able to easily find women-owned small businesses that provide professional services and hire them. So one of the major components of the 100 Collective is the public-facing directory. So anybody can join as long as they identify as a woman, they provide a professional service, and they make less than 500, nope, sorry. They make less than 5 million in annual revenue, and they agree to our code of conduct, which is essentially be kind and don't be a mean girl. And be willing to help other women. So we have the Oprah membership level, classic Oprah, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. So we have Oprah being accessible to anybody. Anyone can register if they meet our criteria and be listed in the directory accordingly. Now, it's just a directory listing. You won't get any additional click-through pages, etc., but you will get access to be included in the directory. The Madeleine Albright, this is named after Madeleine Albright. One of my favorite quotes is from her. She said, "There's a special place in hell for women who don't help other women." And I think she was on to something. So we named our next tier Madeleine after her. That gets you into the directory along with some other perks and benefits. Then we have Sarah, named after a big inspiration for me, Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. If she's listening, Sarah, I think at some point we may be destined to be best friends. If you're looking for another one, would love to chat with you. But Sarah has been such an inspiration to me. I love the way she's bootstrapped her business. She's just shattered so many quote unquote glass ceilings, expectations for really anybody in business. And she also just seems super grounded and like awesome. Like she just seems so cool. So Sarah is our next membership level. And then our final and top tier membership level is named after the late, great RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. If anybody has been following me, you know that I love Ruth, like so dearly love Ruth. Ray 9 is named after Ruth. So many people know this about me, and every time, well, I shouldn't say every time, but I oftentimes get texts about Ruth, and I have so much like Ruth memorabilia around my office because everyone gifts it to me and I love it. So our top tier membership is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, RBG. And that is kind of everything that we have to offer the creme de la creme, because I mean, she was one of a kind. So that's a little bit about the 100 Collective. As I mentioned, it has officially launched as of February 13th. We launched it on Galentine's Day, a nod to Amy Poehler, another very strong feminist. Amy Poehler from Parks and Rec, dubbed Galentine's Day, February 13th. So we rolled with it. We're super, super excited about this. And if there was anything I want somebody to take away from what we're trying to do with the 100 Collective is we are not trying to replace anything that already exists. We're just trying to create a safe space for women to come exactly as they are. I do not care what you look like. I do not care what you're wearing. I care where your heart and your head is. And the moment that came out of my mouth, it sounded so cheesy, and I'm sorry for that, but it's true. Like if you are kind and willing to help other women and you're willing to share your knowledge and expertise in the name of doing that, then yeah, let's chat. Come on over. If you want to gossip about people, then you can go somewhere else. I'm just not interested. Don't have time for that. And know that we're trying to do something really good here. I'll be really clear. This is not a nonprofit. Launching nonprofits is so much work. This is not a nonprofit. It is a for-profit organization, but we are dedicated to supporting as many women as we can in building their financial literacy and helping them build a fulfilling life. And we'll have a lot of fun while we go about it, right? So if you're interested, this is how you can get involved. Share the 100 Collective with your friends. The URL is the100co.com. So the100co.com. You can also find us on Instagram and LinkedIn. You can join if this sounds like something that you'd be interested in and you identify as a woman, you run a small business that provides a professional service. And to be clear, when I say professional service, I mean anything you really need to run your business. So attorneys, creative shops, legal, HR, leadership, coaching, well-being. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of things, but anything you need to run your business. And if you jump on it today, we have discounts going through the month of February for those who jump on our bandwagon early. So we encourage you to come now. And if anybody's listening and interested in being a partner or a sponsor, we are building out a internal partnership directory specific for those women small business owners who provide a product. So if you are listening and you're a maker and you're like, okay, well, I'm not a good fit for the directory, but I'd love to get in front of other women who want to support other women, then we warmly welcome a conversation to join our partner directory, which will be internally facing. Same thing for any sponsors. If you're looking to get in front of women entrepreneurs who are helping other women, we would love to chat with you as well. We've got a lot of different creative ideas that we're working on and always open to other ideas. And then lastly, if you're like, yeah, I don't know about any of that, go ahead and sign up for our newsletter. Our newsletter, the Rain 9 newsletter, goes out every week, and we'll continue to keep you posted on anything going on with the 100 Collective there. So you can check that out at rain9.com, RAYNEIX.com. And I think that's all I have to say about that. In the wise words of Forrest Gump, I think that's all I have to say about that. So check us out at the100co.com. Thank you so much to everybody who has helped us launch this. This has truly been a labor of love. I mean, truly been a labor of love. We've had some of the most incredible designers helping us build this brand. As I mentioned, we have been working with multiple different technology platforms to try to find the right one and build this out. Our team has been instrumental in making this happen. A shout out to Aperitivo, who hosted our launch party on the 13th. I mean, it's really been incredible. So if you're listening, please join us or tell your friends about us. We're super excited. And if you're like, hey, Kiley's got some good stuff going on, please tell your friends and share a review wherever you're listening to this podcast episode. I really appreciate it. Your word of mouth helps us continue to spread our message. And on that note, I will sign off and just say thank you so much for listening. To continue learning how to better build your business and make your vision a reality, subscribe to the Welcome to Eloma email list at welcometoeloma.com.